Golf. Links in the state of Washington?
That's right, and it is a true links too. Wide fairways. You're going to have a little bit of imagination today as well, because when this golf course plays firm and fast, you're going to play the bump and run, and you will need a ton of variety of shots around the greens. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy finds stick in the follow-through.
I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
All right, Frank, how would you break down this approach shot here at the first at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's partially blind, so you've really got to fixate on the exact point that you want to aim at. That's one of the beauties of this golf course, so maybe even just have a little look and make sure you know that line, because once that ball hits the ground, the natural contours are going to take it in a certain direction. So really fixate on that line.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. 1 under early in the round. Just a couple of feet. Drops it, and he's at even par. Now to the second hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is not overly long. Where's the trouble here?
Well, 281 yards really to the big long bunker that goes all the way to the green. So as long as you can avoid that, you don't have to hit driver down here, just something that's going to be a little short of that. You're still only going to have 100 yards really, or just over 100 yards in for your second shot. A really good chance too to get off to a good start.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, what's the best way to access the hole location on this second shot here at the second hole at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's really set up with a drive. If you can drive it down the right side, you get a better view. Plus, you can avoid that ridge that's in the middle of the green on the left side. If you're coming in from the left side, that bunker on the right, now you realize why they put that there. Because when you've got a skirt to the right of that ridge, that second shot becomes a little more difficult.
Coulter could use this. It's a birdie putt.
Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that.
Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, I thought he had that.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
He has this attempt for par. And he makes it for par. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Still even par for the day. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3. Oh, a solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. -1 in the early going. Frank, here on the 4th tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. They'll be happy with that in the fairway. Now a good chance to attack this hole. If that's the equivalent of a 98-mile-per-hour fastball in baseball, this one just smoked 325 yards. Knocks it up on the green. It is about 28 feet away from the hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. that not go in?
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Drops the putt to go to 2 under. Has this to save par. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall.
Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. More to Poulter than just the high fashion.
There is. Deep down there, there's another Ian Poulter, a very, very good thinker. This is a man that really cut his teeth as a club professional. That's like a dinosaur in this industry now. Someone that goes through a pro shop, sells tees and balls, and then becomes one of the best players in the world.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Now the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green, because you're either going to have to go over it or around it. It's at sneaky distance.
You can't believe it. Thought it was in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. -3 now for the round. So just a formality. Did the job right there. Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature, because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selections being spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Frank, what do you think about this approach here at the 6th?
Well, one of the few greens here that's protected on both sides. Rather narrow green, and you can see really what happens if you miss. Bunkers left and right. Plus there's a couple of ridges, so club selection is important here. safely on deck.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
And getting ready for the putt. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Ian needs this now for his par. Just a little tap in here. Now at -2 for the day.
Humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Now the approach shot here at the 7th, Frank, and this one is up the hill.
It is, and the green is sort of split into thirds. There's a little piece back left, there's a piece back right, and that bigger portion in the front. So once again, you've got to choose what shot am I trying to hit, and do I have the right club?
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Good swing, good shot yet again. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Wow, I thought he made that. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Look out, here he comes. 4 under par now after that birdie. Settles in over the putt. Good effort and good par putt. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is the fourth shot for Ian Poulter.
Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but that is going to hurt the course.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Rounding out the front side here at Chambers Bay with a par 3, the 9th.
Well, the tee is nearly 100 feet above the level of the green, so you can see everything. This is one of the best views on the golf course. A fairly lengthy par 3. Obviously it's stout, just over 200 yards, but you can see the green off that elevated tee, and this requires your best shot.
This one has a chance to be close. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away.
This looks like it's going to find the target. Really. This is an awkward length.
Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Getting set now over the putt.
Great sense of speed in that. We know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now on to the 11th, and Frank, we are looking at a long par 4 in front of us.
We are indeed, and it's called shadows, but there is love in the shadows here. Hit it over that dune down there in the middle of the fairway. If you can get it there around the 300-plus yard mark, then the hole obviously starts to get a little easier. That second shot, you'd like to hit a little bit of a cut in here, but there's 2 levels to this green, so make sure you're on the right level where that flag is.
Just blasted that tee ball, Frank. Frank, this one is veering far to the left. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards on that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Three under on the day. See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. Measuring 311 yards, the 12th Frank seems to offer an opportunity for a player to do something pretty dramatic here.
Yeah, it's called the Narrows. Really, it should be called the Temptation, because what player stands on a tee knowing he can reach and doesn't take up the gauntlet?
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Frank, when you say reachable par 4, you think 3 immediately, birdie. But still, a little bit of work to do here to put that 3 on the card.
And some creativity needed here. This isn't just grab your lob wedge. This is really see what's in front of you. All these undulations, these mounding. You could really play some of the shots around the greens with 5 or 6 clubs in your bag.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Thirteenth hole now. It's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
Looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. This, the second shot here at the par 4.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, quite a bit to consider here at the 13th.
Yeah, there's little knobs on the left and the right side of this green, so that bunker you can see, at first it looks like you've got to avoid it. Well, you've really just got to carry it.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This is a par try for Poulter. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. These putts keep the round together. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, now to the 14th hole, and this is the 5th consecutive par 4 here at Chambers Bay, and by this point the players will know whether they're on their game or off their game.
At 546 yards, this hole can be shortened considerably if you choose to take a brave line down the left side. You can chew off as much as 70 or 80 yards. But once again here, because the hole bends to the left, you've really got to know which direction that wind is coming from. Well, par 4s, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Ian to exit with a par. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, normally on a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make 3.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it. Rub the shamrock. got away with getting in the bunker there.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
This is the strength of his game. Ian Poulter, ready to go. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Has this putt for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4, 423 yards, 16th hole. What's the right play, Frank?
Fairway first once again. You'll see the slope of the fairway from the left to the right side. It means move your aim down that left side. It will make this fairway appear that much bigger. And of course, then when you hit into this green, you're really going to have to flight that second shot properly. This is like a tabletop green.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem is going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Poulter now, third shot. Getting set now over the putt. Good solid work right there, and stays at 4 under. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nudge this one home, finish it up. 10 under par on the day. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
This is a cross-country special. Could it be? Well, hello there.
Huge bonus making that one.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, what are the defining characteristics of a links golf course?
I think you're looking for sandy soil first and foremost, because a lot of it is by the coastline. Most links courses are by the coastline, and it's normally wasteland. It wasn't used for anything else, and that's why you have these wonderful dunes in front of you and bunkers that are just cut out of the ground. You dig a hole and you've got yourself a natural bunker. That's how St Andrews was built. Many of the great golf courses on the coastline in Great Britain, and Chambers Bay is the American equivalent.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. 13 feet away. Wow, what a birdie. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Score that a birdie. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. EA Sports is proud to present today's Off to start the round here at PGA West. This first hole is a 445-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through the first tee shot.
Only the longest hitters won't hit driver down here, Rich. 3 wood at that bunker if you are really, really long. Otherwise, sort of try and squeeze that driver down the left side. Shorten this hole up a little bit because it plays every inch of that 450 yards.
Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway. All right, Frank, break down this approach shot here at hole number 1.
Well, typical Pete Dye confuses you straight out of the gate. Draw off the tee, and then you've got to hit that second shot in left to right. Look at the angle of that green. It points away to the right. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. And so just getting started. Even par so far. Frank, this is a nice-looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards. But challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here really is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
Down, lay down. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck? Even par currently.
Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
All the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Safely on the dance floor.
Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
He's putting for birdie now. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Well, here we are at the fifth hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. He's going to get you one way or the other. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols. growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Has a hat trick and looking for more. 3 birdies now on the day. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
Yeah, it's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Nice par to remain 3 under. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. If you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and Now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back nine and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Moves to -8. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11 at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Second shot.
Appears to be tracking well. That is one of the shots of the day right there, and he will have a really good look at eagle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Continuing to play well, a birdie. Right now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, but requires a better shot.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Now putt for par.
He has this attempt for par. Ten under par on the day. Now teeing off here at the par 3 13th.
Safely on deck.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options really. Poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300 yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge in.
Beautiful looking shot right here. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Nudge this one home, finish it up.
Rack up another one.
Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just a couple of feet. Good effort and a good par putt. Now the par 5 16th. Dog leg, and it's at 600 yards, so a little bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, and that's a big hit to get past that, then all of a sudden, shortest point between two places is a straight line. You've really reduced this hole into something closer to 570 yards.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Nice position, short grass, second shot. That is classy.
Not a chance of going in.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just playing great. 14 under already. Well, well, well. Here we are.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Has it. Good putt right there. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
It's no snack, though.
Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really, just it's a case of getting out of your own way. I mean, the opportunities ahead now, chance to win, just they have to be so motivating.